So today I'm gonna be brutally honest about ways you could look more attractive, you could look better, prettier, whatever you wanna call it. I've said this a million times, but looks are obviously not the most important thing. But today I'm gonna be saying things that no one else wants to say, and you could take it all with a grain of salt, but maybe you could make a few tweaks in your life and just look better. And as always, everything that I mention or suggest will be linked down below in the description box, and I'll also link everything in the top pinned comment. All right, so number one has to do with your hair, and throughout this whole video, it is gonna be hard for me because I'm obviously gonna be honest, but having thicker, fuller looking hair is what everyone wants, is going to make you look better, but for real, not like faking it with hair products. And so I am so excited. Hear me out. This is kind of a big deal. Vegamour has actually launched an advanced, like a Grow Plus advanced hair serum along with a derma roller to actually make it better. This was dermatologist co-developed, and it's basically taking it to the next level for severe shedding. Now, you guys probably know if you watch my videos, I've been using their regular Grow hair serum for years. It has truly transformed my hair. I mean, especially my hairline. I've shown, countless befores and afters with how much it's improved my hairline. And this is great. This is more for like moderate shedding. If you start to see like, oh my gosh, like I'm losing hair in the shower or whatever, like this is great. However, if you have severe hair shedding and hair loss, this is what you should try. Along with the derma roller, honestly. This thing is amazing. You use it on your scalp. You start out a few times a week and work up to every single time you use this hair serum, which is daily. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. If you're interested in anything from Vegamour, I do always have that withstanding code. It's my name, Shea. I'll have them linked down below, also in the pinned comment. You can click the link, use code Shea for 20% off site-wide. So this just has like really interesting and innovative and healthy ingredients like Spanish microalgae, plant stem cells, there's rhubarb root and Japanese berry extract. And I just quickly wanna share the clinical study that like actually shows proof that this will work, and you'll see a before and after. So 93% of people had clinically measured improvement in hair density, and then up to 87% saw a reduction in hair loss. You use this every single day. It's not oily. You can use it in the morning or night. But you know what? I'm actually not gonna get into this right now because you should use the derma roller first. So this actually exfoliates and prepares the scalp for the hair serum to better absorb and just work better. So there's actually 1,200 0.25 millimeter medical grade stainless steel needles on this derma roller, which sounds scary. It does not hurt, but again, it really makes the serum work better. So what you do is you first spray it with an alcohol-based sanitizer, and then you just go in sections on your scalp, and you go 5 times horizontally and then 5 times vertically, and you just work through your scalp. I would say focus on your problem areas. So mine's definitely around my hairline. And then after you're done, then you would just spray it or sanitize it again with that alcohol-based cleaner, and then you could move on to the hair serum. Now again, depending on your severity, you could use the Grow hair serum or the Grow Plus Advanced, which I wanna share this because again, this is just really taking it to the next level. Just go in every day, morning or night, and you just apply 1 dropper full to your scalp, slowly kind of, dispersing it through the scalp and then massaging it with your fingers at the end. Again, it's not going to leave your hair greasy. You can do it on wet hair, dry hair. I just do it before bed. That's kind of my routine. That's always what I've done. I leave it on my nightstand, and then you'll start to see results between 90 days and 120 days. And just keep in mind, and I always say this, you don't have to do this, but they do have a 3-pack if you want to save some money because you are going to need more than 1 bottle to see results. That's just one of my favorite things about this brand. If you are consistent and use it every day, you will absolutely see a before and after difference. So again, everything will be linked down below and pinned in the comments. Number 2, I'm gonna be super quick about because I have said this before, but every single person needs to do something with their eyebrows every single day, whether it just be, brushing them up with a spoolie, it takes 2 seconds, or getting a pigmented eyebrow product and adding a little bit of color to your eyebrows. That makes a huge difference. Eyebrows frame your face, and if you do nothing else, at least do that. But the next one actually makes an even bigger impact, and I feel like most people kind of know it, but they let it fade throughout the day. But it's when you have just naked, bare lips. I'm sorry, you're not looking as good as you could. So here again is just a before of me. You know, I have my makeup done. Like, I don't look terrible or anything, but if I simply just add a clear gloss over top, I look 10 times better instantly, okay? So it can be very, very simple. Even if you don't wear makeup, simply adding something to your lips, just you increase your appearance by like, I don't even know, 80%. But if you do want to slightly, and I mean slightly, overline your lips with a lip liner, you could do that, add some actual color, then go in with a lipstick or a lip gloss, whatever your heart desires. But just having something on your lips, wow. All right, so now we're getting into one that, you know, no one wants to say, and that is just lip filler in general, Botox. It's getting out of control and it's starting to make people actually look bad. I'm sorry. I know there's so many people of you watching this right now and you get it, you know, every 6 months or so, and you're probably offended. But the thing is, filler, let's just start there. Filler doesn't actually dissolve like what we were originally told years ago. All these brands, you know, came out saying it's just hyaluronic acid, your body absorbs it, it goes away. And now MRIs are coming out that if you've had filler 5, 6, 7 years ago, it's literally still in your face. And people are going back to get more and more and more, and it's causing what's called pillow face, where your face looks really plump and pillowy and unnatural. Lip migration is another big thing. We're not even seeing just normal sized lips anymore. People are getting so much lip filler and it's migrating to the corners and like the edges of their lips, creating a mustache look, a weird pouty lip that's again just unnatural. Botox is a whole other beast where there can be quite a few complications that a lot of people don't talk about. And so anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there that if you haven't done it yet, you could just maybe hold off, or if you do and you're like one that just swears by it, that's great. Again, this is all just things I wanted to throw out there. I really do like this Dr. Dennis Gross lip plumper, which I think is a better, more natural way to plump up your lips daily. It is kind of like a lip gloss, but it's like a fire one. Like, it is crazy. If you don't love lip products that make your lips feel like they're on fire, you're not gonna like this, but you can kind of see the before and after with this too. My lips are just normal. I put this on. It's a really cool applicator. It almost looks like it's like a lip injection needle, but you just put on this gloss. You can even, you know, put it over top lipstick if you want some color, but it makes your lips so engorged in like a good way. And I just feel like it's a much better approach to having, you know, fuller lips. Another thing that I often see with people, and this isn't that bad, but if they would just make a slight little tweak to their face, they would look so much prettier. And it's actually having glowier skin. So as we age, our skin does get drier. And then even younger people, like sometimes people just have drier skin. And so you should always use a glowy setting spray. This one is my favorite. It's so amazing because it's not glittery, it's not weird. It just gives your skin a nice, youthful glow. And you just spray it on your face after you're done with your makeup, and it makes you look younger, it makes you look better. You could also use a glowy blush. So this one is my favorite. This is if you already have maybe oily skin and you don't want to add a whole setting spray. You could go in with this blush that has a slight sheen to it, and you just put it over top of your makeup and you blend it in. It gives you a little bit of, you know, color, but also when you turn your head, there's a beautiful slight sheen. Fake freaking tanner, guys. It's making you look so bad. I'm sorry. It's making you look bad. And everyone always comments and messages me saying,
what's your favorite self-tanner? Like, what do you use?
Because you see that I have some color. I just get some sun like 15 minutes a day. It's like one of my priorities every day to get a little bit of sun, not on my face, but just on my body. I don't need to get into all of that, like the health benefits of it, but I truly think it is something that our body craves. Self-tanner, I think it's full of toxins, but worse than that, well, probably not worse than that, but it just makes you look bad. It makes you look so bad around your hands, your knees, your elbows. Even if you blend it to perfection, it starts to fade. It starts to look crepey and terrible. Like, I just think we should stop. So this is another one people are just gonna get mad at me for, but let's talk about gray hair. There's one of two directions people need to go with this if you have graying hair. We'll start with me. I actually have this patch of hair of grays that I've had since I was 18. And in a recent video, I've just been lazy the last couple of months with, keeping up with coloring and concealing it. But anytime I would look down in this video, you would see this gray hair patch, and it really aged me. Like, it really made me not look so good. And I'm sure a lot of you didn't notice, but I know a lot of you eagle-eyed people out there did notice. I think you need to either fully embrace your grays. Like, this is an example of a woman that would, color her hair. She would have roots, but she fully went gray. And I actually think this makes her look younger and better just by fully embracing it. Or here's other examples of people with gray hair, and they've just committed to coloring their hair. And, you know, people probably don't want to hear this, but it really does make you look like 10, 15 years younger by actually coloring your hair, covering up the grays, and keeping up with it. Like, it really does make you look younger. So what I like to do is, you know, I do color my hair every few months, and I also have this, you know, root concealer that I've talked about. I can link below. It's like the best. It even works on like blondes and like any color hair you have. But that's usually what I do before I film a video. But then that leads me to something I wasn't even planning on putting in the video. But Vegamore actually has this other hair serum, and this is not sponsored or anything. They don't even know I'm saying this. I have never used it. That's why I've never shared it before, but it's called Ageless. So this is another hair serum that you would use every single day. You would have to be consistent with it. And just because I use the Grow serum already, like that's just why I've never tried this. But after very consistent use, after about like 3-ish months, you actually see a visible reduction in the appearance of gray hairs on new hair growth. That, like, isn't that crazy? And I think it has something to do with the proteins that you lose as you get older, and that replenishes it, and then that reduces the gray hairs coming through. This is not sponsored, but that code that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, which is my name, Shea, you could get 20% off that Ageless hair serum if you wanted to give that a try. I think they also have a supplement, like an Ageless supplement that you could do internally as well. So again, I just wanted to throw that out there. Another thing I notice on so many people, even men, like if I see this on men, I'm instantly like, you could be a good looking guy and you're immediately just like, ugh. And it's when you bite your nails, you have bad cuticles and like peeling skin around your nails. Just anything like that is so unattractive to me. Even just the act of doing it isn't attractive. But, you know, and the thing is, I can't even be too harsh on people because it's me. It's me. I do that too. But what has kind of saved me is having just like a cuticle oil in my purse and like around my house. Like if I kind of get the urge to like either pick my skin or whatever, I'll immediately put that on my fingers, and it kind of nourishes the area and it just like squashes that urge, which is so weird. I do get my nails done, and then that does, you know, prevent me from biting my nails. I know not everybody, you know, wants to do that, but I do think our hands play a much bigger role in our appearance than what a lot of people think. That also leads me to the red nail theory, which is fascinating. I thought I would just throw that into the video. There was actually a whole study done in 2008 where men were polled, and like it was a whole thing. And it came out that you are physically more attractive when you have red nail polish, like to men. And so, like, who cares? Like, if you don't want to attract men, then like it doesn't matter. But if you are wanting to look more alluring and more appealing and prettier and more attractive to men, paint your nails red. Apparently it makes a huge difference. All right, so far I've really focused on physical traits and physical characteristics, and that's all valid. However, there's a couple of behavioral things that you might be doing that instantly make you look bad. So let's just start with when we go to a party or a gathering, a social function, which a lot of us don't want to do, but we have to. Say you meet someone for the first time. If you are shaking their hand like a limp dead fish, you instantly look pathetic. You do not look as attractive as you could. And I feel like as we age, we kind of gain more experience with this, but just try to like firmly shake someone's hand, look them in the eye, and give them a slight smile. It makes a big difference. Also though, this is one that I really struggled with when I would go to social gatherings. Like,
What the heck do you do with your hands?
sometimes you just have to stand there and it's like so awkward. And so I would just go like this, and I realized that just puts a barrier in front of me. It makes me look defensive, insecure, anxious. Like it makes me look not good. And so it really took me a long time to kind of like figure out what to do. Sometimes you just have to stand there. You could even just like, you know, hold your own hand and kind of like put it in the center. You can even hold onto your bag. Like anything is better than just going like this. Open body language is what we're going for. But another thing that happened to me, this was years ago. I think I had kids at this point, but Josh and I went to a party. The kids are probably with my mom. It doesn't matter. But I walked into this party. I didn't know that many people. It was probably like a friend of a friend's. And I looked over and I saw this girl or this woman or whatever. She was probably my age, but she looked so pretty. Like she was so pretty. And I didn't immediately start talking to her. I think as the night went on, somehow like I managed to, I was like in this little group conversation thing. And the more she talked, like all she did was complain about other people. Like she just talked about her sister behind her back all the time. Then she moved on to like this childhood friend that like they're still really good friends. It's like her best friend, but she was just like bashing her, and she was just talking about people behind their back, which we all know is not good. But it was interesting that like when I left there, like I looked over and she just like didn't look nearly as pretty and gorgeous as I thought she was at first. And I think it was because of all the negativity. Like she just exuded negativity once you got to talking to her. So just keep in mind that your behaviors actually affect how you look. Another controversial one. Now, again, this whole video is about being brutally honest. I'm not trying to be condescending in the least bit. At this point, I think we can all agree that smoking is universally unattractive for the most part. Like, that's just the truth. But the new thing on the block is vaping. All the cool kids are vaping now, and it's just sad because you could be the prettiest girl, like a pretty woman, like man, like it doesn't have to be just women in this video, but you bust out your vaping device, and I'm sorry, it makes you look bad. It instantly brings you down so many levels. And again, I'm so sorry if you vape. I know that like people try to think that like,
oh, vaping is healthier than smoking. And
I think more is coming out that that's actually not true. But beyond that, it's just very unattractive. And by simply not doing it, you look a lot better. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you still like me. Everything that I mentioned and suggested will be linked down below in the description box and also pinned in the top comment. Don't forget about Vegamore, my code Shea for 20% off site-wide. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.